Hi, I'm Lindsay Jones. So, some of the similarities I found between existential theory and gestalt theory, the main core one is awareness. And so, both of them, you see awareness of self coming out, and that's what both theories want you to recognize. Being able to take action through that. Where their differences come in is how they play out. And so with Gestalt, it's all about the here and the now. And they really focus on the environment and how that plays into factor with a person. Whereas with existential, it's all about the individual's experience, maybe being alone in the world or being enriched by their own company, but it's personal and individual. Strength of existential I found was seeing anxiety as a living condition and that it could really be a source of growth and not necessarily just a weakness of a person. Another strength is it's good dealing with people who are on the outs of society. So limitation would be excessively individualistic. So it can ignore the social factors of a person, especially when it comes with people from diverse backgrounds and different cultures. Strengths of the Gestalt theory is the here and the now, so learning to appreciate the present moment. A limitation is when you appreciate the present moment too much, you can kind of ignore and de-emphasize the past or your future. So when talking about Christian concepts, there are some compatibilities and incompatibilities with each theory. With existential theory, Tan referenced Ecclesiastes to show its compatibility. So when you read the book of Ecclesiastes in the Bible, it talks about how life is meaningless, really apart from God. And that's also where it can be incompatible because whereas with biblical truths, we believe that God is the center of our life and our purpose and our being. With existential theory, it's really about the individual and not so much about a greater purpose than that. With Gestalt, we see it being compatible because you can be very present and be in the moment. Like that's what Gestalt wants you to be. Whereas with, in Matthew 6:34, it says, in the New Living Translation, it says, "Do not worry about tomorrow, for tomorrow will bring its own worries. Today's trouble is enough for today." So not worrying about anything but the here and now. Where it can be incompatible is when you go too far and you kind of exclude hope for the future. Whereas in biblical truths, we believe that Jesus is our future. Heaven is the hope that we have after death. So based on each theory's concept of the psychopathology, what are the limitations as far as measurable outcomes? So with existential theory, I think it's hard to have measurable outcomes when there isn't a structured approach, like there isn't with existential. There's nothing structured about it. It's not goal-oriented. And with Gestalt, being too present, it's also hard to have a measurable outcome, and you can have difficulty seeing the growth. All right, well, thank you for listening. Hope you all have a great week.